Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Mark.
Matt,
Steve.
and we just finished playing Mystery House, which is essentially an escape the room type game. But it comes with this very interesting box. Now, this is kind of the game as well, and the idea is you kind of pick this up, and the four of us would each look out one side of this thing. And you can see there's lots of sort of references on the top for the locations. But essentially, you're looking at a particular side and trying to spot things. A bit like, an escape the room game, you have a scene, except we're looking at four different sides. Now, it's possible to turn it around if you want to look at a different side. And you can see, there's some kind of tenty thing there, maybe. And, Steve's found something on his side. It looks like, in M6, there's some kind of door there. Now, if you think you've seen something, you go to the app. The game comes with an app, and you go to M6, and you have to type on what you can see, and it says the heavy door is key closed. The English is not the best in this game, but then obviously you need a key, and so you're kind of looking around at what you can see here, trying to find items potentially. If you see an item, so if you go to a particular location, if you think, that I can see a knife there, then you would tap on knife. But if you get it wrong, if you tap on knife, it just gives you a penalty and you lose a bit of time. It is timed, this game. If you're trying to pick up items, once you find the items, you get them out of a deck. Now, we're not going to show you any of these. Obviously, we can do this without any kind of spoilers, but Steve's seen an interesting item there. Obviously, for a door, you want a key, but sometimes you get codes as well. So if you go to particular doors, you might be looking for certain codes. So this one requires a 4-digit code, and obviously you're then kind of looking around. Now, if you manage to get through one of these doors or unlock it or solve a puzzle or do something like this, then you remove some of these things, which means now, like Steve just removed this one, it means when you look through here, you can actually see through to this one. Previously, it was blocked by the wall or whatever was there. So you're gradually, as you go through the game, removing these things and revealing more things that let you see sort of further into the house or whatever this represents. Now, this game comes with 2 scenarios in the base game, although I understand there are expansions and you can get sort of more scenarios to play. But essentially, the base game comes with the box, and then these sort of slidey things are scenario-based, along with the actual deck of cards. So it tells you how to set them all up according to the letters, and then you follow the instructions on the app. There's like a backstory that you're following, and in one of the scenarios, we were kind of wandering through a haunted house type situation. But as I say, the items are all also unique to the scenario. So for a different scenario, you have a completely different set of these barrier things and a different set of items. And essentially, like many escape room games, you keep solving puzzles until you get to the end, and it gives you a score depending on how long you took on the app. And you can also ask for hints. You kind of lose points or stars depending on how many hints you used. We used quite a few. What do we think?
Well, I guess in a world of quite a few different escape the room games, this is doing something different with the box and the looking through. This one heavily leans towards the finding of things, as in the visual side of the escape room, spotting little objects on small pictures and trying to and putting them all together. Puzzles are decent enough with the ones that we've done so far. We had initially an issue with understanding what you can see and what you can't see. We thought you could just see in straight lines. You can see everything you can see as long as it's not behind a wall, sort of. So yeah, it's fun. It's not the best escape room game I've ever played, but it is something different and unique, and it works well as a 4 because everybody's looking at a different side of the box, which I think is good.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, so on the language comment, some of the things are just grammatically a bit awkward because they've been translated from I don't know what language. But there is at least one place where the name of an item that you're looking for is something, they've given it a name which is technically correct, but not a common word for the thing. And so in the group we played with, so it wasn't this mission, it was the other mission, everyone did not know that was a word for the thing they were looking at. So that was one small issue. But yeah, the other thing is a lot of them are very small, and if you've not got very good eyesight, you might well miss out on what things are. Quite often you can see the vague shape of things, and it's not until the person with the phone says, could it be a this? That you go, oh yeah, maybe, try that. So yeah, it's really fun, but there are a few niggles with it.
Steve?
if you just put this in a group of escape the room games, all the different ways of escaping the rooms, whether it be thematic or puzzle based, this would rank low down. In terms of being an escape room game for uniqueness, this is just beyond anything else that anyone's ever done. The fact that when you're playing the game and someone's walking past and you can see the group, all 4 of them looking through there with torches on their phones and all desperate to do that, it's a real team effort, especially with exactly 4 people. I think exactly 4 people is the perfect number to play with. The app makes you pass it round. It says, oh wait, let me have a look at that, says the app, and until you've passed it on, you can't kind of continue. So it forces other people to kind of use the app now to work it. And what it can do is unique. It feels more like like Mark said, a find this, do that, combine these items, use these items in that room. But it feels like they've rushed it, whether they've rushed to get it out for Essen or whatever. I mean, the name of the game, Mystery House, it just feels like a really bad translation of what potentially could be a really good name. There's a lot of language issues when you're reading the prelogue and the prologue. You're like, mechanism align. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we just read that, I'm trying to read it out, and it kind of puts you off a bit, the programmer. It just needed someone who's a native English speaker to read through this. Also, the app kind of knows roughly where you are in the game. When you ask for a hint, like you can ask for global hints or hints on specific cards. When you ask for a global hint, it says, have you looked at K2 yet? Have you looked at A3? There's something hidden in the whatever, and you go and look for that, that's fine. But sometimes it's wrong. I think on both adventures we've done, we've got to a point where we're like, oh, we need a hint on this. So we ask for hints and it solves it for us. And then it says, right, now, and you get to the point where you remove the things and you go, oh yeah, that's what we needed to see. And we just couldn't see it. Like, I think that's happened in both games. Also, some of the items, it tells you when to take them away. And in the first one and the second one, we had items left at the end. And we think, well, we've either used this or we haven't used this. And at no point has it told us to take them away. So I really like what they're trying to do. And for that reason, I'm going to continue to try new things on the hope that they're better. If you buy this hoping for a finished, sleek game, it's just not there currently.
Rating?
A hopeful in the future, maybe 8.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, so I'd say potentially 8 if it was ironed out. I would see this as kind of like a beta version of a game that's going to be an 8. At the moment, probably a 6.5, 7.
Okay. Mark?
Yeah, I think for me it was 7.5. I suspect if you can find the native language when they're saying, that's probably fine. It's the English issue that's got the problems, which I'm sure probably French or German, the original version of it.
Okay. Yeah, the translation is definitely an issue. Whoever's done it does not have English as a first language, and it causes serious problems at several points, like Steve and others have mentioned. Also, the actual puzzles are fine. I didn't think puzzles were particularly innovative, but the box is amazing. It's tricky, like Matt was saying, to see some of the pictures. I really struggled seeing the pictures. Even with the torch, you're kind of looking at this angle, trying to point the torch in different directions. That's fiddly. I think, like everyone else has said, there is a really good game in here somewhere, but it is not there yet. I really hope that subsequent scenarios are more polished and turn this into a good game. I'd be on a 6.5 out at the moment, but yeah, it could easily go up to an 8 if they sort out all the issues. All right, thanks for watching. That was Mystery House.